What's going on, family? It's your boy KP, and I'm back with another video. Please do me a favor. Please hit like. Please hit subscribe. Please hit the notification bells. If you enjoy this content, you're more than welcome to share it however you like on any of your platforms. Um, Also, thank you to my viewers for the generous donations that have been coming in the past few days. I really appreciate that. Thank you guys. Oh man, I'm just sitting here. I was gonna save this message for tomorrow, but like sometimes they just hit you, and I just put them out. But this name of this video is gonna be like how celebrities get put on, um, like how they get their deals and their success. And I know this because I was groomed. Like Satan really wanted my soul bad, and if you're being gang stalked, you're probably got O negative blood and an extra vertebrae. If you're witnessing like very very high demonic attack, so you've got the ability to handle a high spiritual gift calling within your temple, and Satan wants that for his army. He thinks if he can get enough of that, he can win. Um, So these deals, I had been being groomed for years for my deal, and I was taken to the mountaintop, shown the kingdoms that I wanted. One of them was wealth, one of them was fame, and Satan offered me a deal and structured for my soul, and I knew, Satan's got a way of proving that he can do what he says he can do when he comes for your soul. Um, I had a handsome deal, like I couldn't do it, but I mean, I really don't see how anybody else could do it, but a lot of people that sold their soul, like most people I know that were in my life sold everybody that was in my life sold their soul for less than what I would have got. Um, that I have personal relationships with, not famous people I've been in interaction with, but like people I really knew. They sold out for like you sold out for that, like. Hmm. But so I was thinking about, and I was just chilling, and I was like, little Nas X came to my mind, and knowing how these deals work and how Satan hands out his gifts, his fame, because the kingdom of the world, they're his and they're his to give out. And I was looking at little Nas X, and I'm like, knowing when you make that deal with a demon, you get like special powers and gifts, but they come with baggage. So like, here's how the deal would have worked. He wants to be a rapper so bad, so he conjures up this satanic spirit, or he's working with some masons. They're about to initiate him. So they're like, "Hey, you're gonna be a famous rapper, um, but here's what's got to happen. Like, you're gonna do whack country songs, and you're gonna be gay, but we're gonna line it up." So I realize most people have never seen the spiritual veil. And we see what we're seeing right now, like a success of someone is like 5% of what happened in the spirit. So I will give you some things to think about, right? A black country rapper comes out of nowhere with no record deal or nothing. His first deal or his first song is on the radio, and he's able to get a hold and do a cameo with a famous country singer, Billy Ray Cyrus. Tell me how that happens. Like, I know how it happens because I've seen Behind the Veil, and I can see how it happens, or I've seen how it happens. But I want you, if you haven't been behind the veil, like, how does that happen? How does someone that's not famous, not on the radar, doing what's called black country gay trap music, which I don't even know what that is, and then you have a famous rapper, 2.5 times his age, like, yeah, we're gonna do a hit song together, and it's gonna be played all over the nation. Like, people, these things are orchestrated. They're orchestrated, and the people, the satanic spirit, is controlling all these people. Pull the strings, and they grease you right to where you want to go. Um, like I remember being in business and doing really well, and when I was offered my deal, part of my deal Satan offered me was like, hey, this business. He showed me how, like, all the business I had pretty much over the past year, he had lined up and greased for me, and I was being gang stalked in the business deals, and I knew I was dealing with fallen angels, like before this conversation with Satan, and he pretty much just showed me like, man, I done lined up 10 deals for you already. Like when I tell you you gonna get X deals a year and you gonna be on TV, I was positive he could do what he said he could do because he had already did it. Um, and if you ever want to know why some person just blows up really fast, or like they can't miss, or if you're doing the same thing as another person, and you're a bright person, you're working your butt off, and they just do what you did 100-fold, and they make it look easy. Like, look, man, they're working with a satanic spirit and a satanic network, and it's lining everything up. I've had that all seeing eye. Um, all that synchronicity, man, I was having synchronicity so bad. Like everywhere I went, I would run into somebody I know. I started running into famous people. Matter of fact, I will make the profile picture of this one of like I was running into famous people. I was running into like people at Roof Chris, just famous people like all the time. Satan was letting me know. Like he prepped me right up to the Kent. You about to get this money and you about to be on TV and you about to be rubbing with these stars. So like it just makes like knowing how it works. Here's the downside to it. Here's why I didn't take the deal. And I'm not really a sports guy, but I'll use a sports analogy. Imagine an NBA team being a team wanting a championship, but they cut a deal with somebody, and the championship is now fixed, and they end up winning and getting the trophies. Like I don't know about anybody else, but for me, it ain't never gonna feel right because I didn't win. I don't care if I get the trophies and all the money. I didn't win. It's something. There's something that takes place in a person's spirit when they have to persevere through something, when they have to persevere through a situation when they don't think they're going to make it, when they have to draw upon courage, faith, strength, um, when they have to squeeze every ounce of determination and effort to triumph, to reach some type of goal they set before them. That is what gives birth to your spirit of accomplishment. Like, I don't want to just, I don't want to have things given to me, like, because I'm not gonna feel good about it. It wasn't earned. So that's why you see a lot of successful people. They may have everything in life, which is wealth, cars, houses, money, but on the inside they're empty people because they've really been given all of these things. So now they've been given something and they haven't worked and achieved that feeling of accomplishment. And then two, since they made a deal with Satan's now using their body. So while they may be famous and rich, they now have to blow other dudes in private because the spirit that's inhabiting their body giving them special powers is Baphomet's bisexual. You know, um, I remember. I'll give you one more, man. I remember when I had a barber when I lived in Texas. Right, he was a producer for Bad Boy Records. He produced Carl Thomas's first album. Um, the first album. This producer's name is Chris Lowe. He also was a rapper. But he told me when he was producing that Bad Boy, he walked in on Mace on his knees giving head to Puff Daddy. No reason to lie about it. You can Google him. His name's Chris Lowe. He lives in Texas now. He's my barber. But he produced Carl Thomas's first album on Bad Boy. His name's the executive. His name is the producer. He produced the whole album. He's a gifted producer. But he ended up leaving Bad Boy Records, and he had produced a bunch of hit records. He ended up leaving behind what he saw. And I remember at the time not really understanding like gang stalking the way I did now. And I'm like, man, you just because you was around some gay dudes, you left that job. Like that's the way it goes. He wasn't never gonna blow up until you take that deal. And next thing you know, you gotta blow Puffy to be a hit record producer. Man, it's really unfortunate the things people do for fame. I had another friend, man. I had, like I was in the military, in the elite unit, and there was a lot of Masons looking back on it. At the time, I always thought the black Masons were like weird dudes. You know what I mean? I thought they were just dudes that didn't graduate college, that wanted to be part of a fraternity and dress up in like a silly little outfit with an apron. Today, I pull out the word of God, which is my sword, and I wipe it on them aprons. But they have people die around them. I had a friend kill his daughter in a fire. I mean, he's got $2 million today, but you killed your daughter in a fire to get promoted. Like you killed your daughter and make it look like an accident. What kind of sick fool? Man, I couldn't kill a strange Cambodian 8-year-old boy in Cambodia that I've never met before in my life. Can't press a button and a strange boy in Cambodia dies that you never met and you get a $2 million check. I'm not pressing that button. That's somebody's son. Might be somebody's sister, man. Like, that's somebody's grandson. Somebody's going to miss that boy. Like, even though I don't know the person, his life is more valuable to his life. A person I don't know's life is more valuable than a couple $1 million. Like it's just not that serious. It's just not for me, man. Not for me. And I it's just I can't do it. My heart's wired a different way. My kingdom is not of this earth. And you know, it wasn't until I prayed that prayer and me as the prodigal son, I came home. And the Lord came over and he gave me my sandals, my robe, and my ring. And at that point, I knew my loyalty to the king was made manifest. And that I came home and the fatted calf was killed, and there wasn't no I had to work my way up in the kingdom. I was an heir to the kingdom. I was born into it. It was my birthright. So I just want you guys to know that having your soul and having your heart and having your morals and having your virtues and being a person of genuine human emotions that offer empathy, that feel deeply for another person, that the biggest sacrifice you can give someone that will help them sometimes isn't material things. It is your wisdom and listening to them, to their situation and seeing where they're at, and giving them the word of God that will shift paradigm shifts and change their life. And that's how we get promoted in the kingdom of light. They kill and sacrifice. We build up people. That is our custom in the kingdom. We shed light everywhere we go. And that is what makes me feel good. It makes me feel good better than any material possession. It took me a long time to figure that out. That genuinely helping another soul foster and develop is the biggest joy in my heart. I'm Ken, and that's who I am today. And that's a good guy to be. So until next time, you guys stay equipped in the full armor, covered in the blood, filled with the Spirit, in the power of the Son of the true living God. There's power in his name. Till next time, fam, I'm KP, and I am out. Peace.